is the latest with regard to the burial of the late President Edgar Shagalungu. According to the Sunday Mail, no official notice from South Africa on Edgar Shagalungu's burial. That's according to Chief Hunter for President Hakainde Hichilema. The impasse continues as of the headline that was written in the Sunday Mail this morning. So since then, last night there were some news items that started circulating to say there was according to the Patriotic Front, to say President Hakainde Hichilema State House sends another urgent delegation to South Africa. So those communications were never confirmed by the official government channels. So this news just went like one of those stories that are published on the Patriotic Front. But then again, this story started getting traction. Immediately after that story, it was reported to say Tonse Alliance Acting Chairperson and Patriotic Front Acting President Gideon Luwinda has gone to South Africa to attend the burial of Zambia's 60th President, Dr. Edgar Shagalungu. So after that post to say State House had sent a delegation, which wasn't confirmed by government channels, Gideon Luwinda was reported being escorted to at the airport by, you can see Maus Sampade and some other individuals from the Patriotic Front. So he flew out of the country last night, heading to South Africa. Amidst that, and then Reverend Water also put up this post late in the night. It was like, be on the lookout for some very interesting developments on this ongoing saga, another twist to the tale. So he just put out that, and then people were asking that you might as well give us this information if you've got the update right now. And then he was like, just wait for tomorrow, meaning right now, Sunday or Monday, major announcements will be made. So people were like, okay, fine, let's wait for Sunday. Sunday was pretty much chilled. A news item was reported to say Zambians in the United Kingdom held a memorial service at St. John Divine Church in London for the late President, His Excellency Edgar Shagalungu, may so rest in peace. So some Zambians in the UK held the ceremony commemorating or remembering ECL. So those are the images from that ceremony that they held in London. So those are Zambians during that ceremony. But then again, as of this morning, a bigger delegation from the Patriotic Front or members of parliament from the Patriotic Front were flying out of the country to South Africa. So as of this morning, it was beginning to look like, no, it seems like everyone that is on that invited list, as you may be aware, the family had communicated to say the burial of the late president was going to be a private event. So it seems like those that needed to know were aware and they started flying out of the country. This was at Kenneth Kaunda International Airport. So you can see Brian Mundubile, Mpolokoso Member of Parliament, and a number of other members of Parliament there flying out of the country, going to South Africa. So it looked like, oh, if Gideon Luwinda flew out last night and then another delegation of Patriotic Front members of Parliament are flying out this morning, they might as well, it's just a matter of time. Probably it was looking like within the week, a date will be communicated to the rest of the nation to say this is a burial time, if they can be flying out on a Sunday morning like this. So that was a PF delegation of MPs and other officials flying out. And then the image was taken from South Africa, according to Patriotic Front. Patriotic Front Vice President and Tonse Alliance Acting Chairperson Gideon Luwinda has arrived in Johannesburg, South Africa, ahead of the burial of the 6th Republican President Edgar Shagalungu. So it seems like everything was in place in South Africa then. And then Thabo Kawana, who is also a Minister of Information Permanent Secretary, just put up that image, and then he put up a member proverb which says, "Uchenje shwanko kopungwa tasakamana," and happy Sunday. Oh, this was around midday. So people, and then someone in the comment section, nangu pungwa ayanku nkupapata kumbari nishuete pungwa oyoni nipwere. So someone replied to that proverb to say, if the people pungwa can go and beg in the background, then that's not a pungwa. Just people replying to Thabo Kawana's post. So this post didn't have any context when he put up. It's just like, it's a member proverb. You read it as you read it. And then people were like, is that the news that we expect? And then later on he said, stand by. The president is going to give an update from State House. So an update is expected from State House. Oh. Then was this Mausampa and Raphael Nakashinda were also, this is during midday, they flew out of the country heading to South Africa. So it was looking like, no, the Patriotic Front, the entire team was flying to South Africa ahead of the burial. It seems like they had a prior notice of some sort of where the burial is going to take place. So it looked like it's certain. It's just a matter of announcing it to the public when the burial of the late president was going to take place in South Africa. That was Mouse Samba putting up that. Then, if you remember, the minister that had visited the former First Lady Esther Lungu in South Africa, who what would refer to as the Minister of Foreign Affairs, they refer to him as Minister of International Relations or something. I'll read you the up caption. These images, he had visited the family in South Africa, should have been on a Friday, if not Thursday, right after President Hakainde Hichilema had cancelled the mourning period to say the country cannot be in perpetual mourning. That's when this minister went in the morning and visited the Lungu family in South Africa. And then Mao Sampa weighed in and said, if I was him, I would respect the family wishes and stay away both in person and near any decisions to do with the funeral. It's against African culture to insist and dictate otherwise. So he was simply giving advice to the head of state. If he was the head of state, that's Mao Sampa there. Some more images of that minister during that interaction. But as of this, just a couple of minutes ago, the head of state, President Hakainde Hichilema, put up this post. So it seems like the South African delegation, I do not know if they flew in last night and those news items were circulating to say a new development was going to come. But until Thabo Kawana updated the nation to say stand by, an update was going to come from State House, everyone didn't know. Was it going to be a presidential address coming from President Hakainde Hichilema or what? Little did we know that the same minister that had met Madam Esther Lungu and the rest of the Lungu family in South Africa, Johannesburg, flew into Zambia. I do not know if he flew in last night or he flew in this morning, but South Africa and Zambia is like barely 2 hours apart flight. So I do not know if they flew in this morning, but anyway, the head of state, President Hakainde Hichilema, put up this statement of their interaction. This is what Thabo Kawana was referring to. And those are the images from that interaction with the minister. So President Hakainde Hichilema says, we are honored to receive a courtesy call from Mr. Ronald Ozi Lamola, Minister of International Relations and Cooperations of the Republic of South Africa. Mr. Lamola conveyed heartfelt condolences from His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa and the people of South Africa on the passing of our 60th Republican President, Mr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu. We held meaningful and respectful discussions regarding the burial of the late president, during which we reaffirmed our firm position that His Excellency Mr. Lungu should be laid to rest in his homeland, the Republic of Zambia. We extend our sincere gratitude to the President of South Africa for the care and extended to our late President during his period of illness. We also express our apologies to the South African National Defence Force for the unexpected challenge surrounding the repatriation of the late president's remains on Wednesday, 18th June 2025. Hakainde Hichilema, President of the Republic of Zambia. So the president simply updated the nation to say they held talks with the minister and they stood on the same ground to say the remains of Edgar Chagwa Lungu were supposed to be repatriated to Zambia and buried in his homeland, which is Zambia. That's the position that the president had stated during that interaction. But one thing, the minister from South Africa spoke for himself. So stand by. Let me play you the clip of the minister explaining what the interaction was all about and what came off it. You make what you do best of what you understand from what he said. This is the interaction. Just stand by.
Convey a message on behalf of President Cyril Ramaphosa, the President of the Republic of South Africa, on behalf of the people of South Africa, a message of condolences on the passing of the former President of Zambia, Dr. Lungu, who passed on in South Africa, and also to convey a message of solidarity to the people of Zambia, to the fact that we've got very good historical relations, Zambia and its people. And we were also here to further engage in how to find a solution to the ongoing impasse or challenge with the Lungu family and the Zambian government. And we continue to send back the message to the President of South Africa in an endeavor to find an amicable solution on this matter. It remains our considered view that former President Lungu should be laid to rest in his own country of birth. But as we have engaged, we did raise that there is an impasse and there are issues that still needs to be addressed. And we're hopeful, we remain hopeful that maybe an amicable solution will be found in the matter. Thank you very much, Excellency.
So as you heard from the minister from South Africa, he says the South African government is of a considered view that the late president should be laid to rest in Zambia, in his home country. But obviously they are aware of the impasse between the government and also the Lungu family. So that's what they've come to find an amicable solution, if possible, where they can find a middle ground where the government of the Republic of Zambia and the Lungu family can come to an agreement and then have the body repatriated. Otherwise, any further details were not shared from that meeting. So based off that, that was the interaction from that. And then Reverend Water was like, declare with me our 60th Republican President, Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu, shall be put to rest in his beloved country and not in a foreign land. A great nation of Zambia. It is settled, it is done. We speak it to all realm, the heavens and earth and beneath the earth. Yahweh's mighty name. Amen. So that's a prayer coming from Reverend Waters to say they pray with him, that declaration there. So that's a team that was part of it. We've got Mulamba Himbe, Minister of Foreign Affairs for Zambia, and then also the Foreign Affairs from what they call international relations from South Africa. Those are the delegation. Also see Mr. Patrick Kangwa, Permanent Secretary, who's been part of the negotiating team prior to this, so we wait and see. I'm pretty sure when this delegation flies back to South Africa, probably they've been flown back to South Africa if they are, if not, they'll fly out tomorrow to meet the Edgar Lungu family in South Africa and the team of members of parliament from the Patriotic Front that have flown to Johannesburg. So we wait and see. The only update what we expect now is from the Lungu family from South Africa, if there are any changes. What is George Mutonga raising to say, if I was president of Zambia, even with my anger issues, that would have already issued a video to the Lungu family stating that, after all, I would do anything in my powers to make sure that Edgar Chagwa Lungu is buried in Zambia, even offering pardons to the family who are currently in court cases in Zambia. But I would tell them that the pardon is dependent on them retaining all assets acquired back to the state. But yes, I would bend over because all presidents are buried in Zambia, and they remain, and this means something for the psyche of the nation. So he says if he was president, he would do everything to ensure that the body comes back to Zambia, even if it means pardoning the family, as long as they retain what is alleged to be proceeds of crime. That's George Mutonga there weighing in. That was some of the images from interaction with the president and the minister from South Africa. The nitty-gritties of where the impasse stands, both the president has not shared that, and as you heard from that video, the minister also did not share those details. I'm pretty sure we'll just see the results as the news goes by. So Sunday Nation says Zambia needs to heal and unite. Obviously, people weighing in with regard to what's going on in the nation. And this Real Times says, we do not know, government says it has not received any official communication on Edgar Chagwa Lungu's burial in South Africa. So this was prior to that meeting. So South Africa did not communicate. They opted to instead send that minister to come and have an interaction with the Zambian government and the head of state. And that's where things stand, ladies and gentlemen. So the only feedback we wait now is from the Lungu family and the team that is in South Africa. If they've come to an agreement, they give us a new date. If not, maybe the burial will take place in Johannesburg. That's the news, ladies and gentlemen.